What's going on, YouTube? If you came across this video, chances are you probably go on tilt very easily, or you have gone on tilt before. If you're unfamiliar with what going on tilt is, just think of every prop account you've ever blown. You go on tilt because you break rules. And I wanted to make a video to show how to basically never blow a prop account again. And of course, this isn't going to be foolproof. You're probably still going to run into just being a human where you just make mistakes here and there. But the whole goal behind this video is to showcase a platform, a broker, Project X, which hopefully can change the game for you, because it has certainly changed the game for me in terms of understanding risk settings, in terms of understanding yourself, your emotions, and to really just negate tilt and get rid of it once and for all. So, real quick, for those of you that don't know, my name is Tanner Owings at The Strong Trader on Instagram. I'm really new to YouTube, but I wanted to make some tutorials, make some videos just to help out people because I coach process. I am a day trading coach. I've been trading for 5 years full time, and I've been trading coaching for a little bit over 2 years now. And really, I coach process. What is process? It is the ability to do back-end things in order to just be a day trader day to day and not focus on the outcome so much, but focus again on the process. What does it take to cut your losers, maximize your winners, know when to stop, prevent tilts, right? So this video is all about preventing tilts and hopefully allowing you to never have it happen again. So let's dive into it. First off, if you're unfamiliar with Project X is a great futures broker, which is used with only a couple prop firms out there. Currently, I'm showcasing Topone Futures. They do offer direct to funded accounts. So I do have a direct to funded account here. This is instant funded account, meaning no challenges, no combines. You literally can skip all that nonsense and just go straight to funded, which is super, super cool. And just a new thing in the industry. Straight to funded is a relatively new model in the industry, but is specifically straight to funded on the Project X platform is really where this is a game changer, because up until now, Project X was really only used with Top Step. If you're familiar with Top Step, which I assume you would be if you're watching this video. And instant funded on Project X was just not a thing until very, very recently. So I do have straight to funded accounts here. I have 3 of them with Topone Futures. You can have up to 3 instant funded accounts. I have all 150Ks here. If you're interested in checking out Topone Futures, use my code STRONG. You'll get right now 50% off any accounts, which is a huge sale. We just launched literally last week, so it is very, very new. But yes, code STRONG will always save you the best discount, so definitely check that out. Anyways, back to the video. So Project X, this broker, like I said, is very, very great. For all of this, I'm going to demonstrate on my practice account, obviously, because I don't want to lock myself out from trading tomorrow. I'm making this video on a Sunday. Futures just opened, and the markets are crazy right now, right? Like the markets are insane. We see this huge gap down on NQ futures, but I want to kind of go through basically some of these things that I have set up, because you can actually see I have some of these set up on my normal accounts. This PDLL and PDPT, I'm going to go over what those means, but basically it stands for personal daily loss limit and personal daily profit target. So these are 2 things that you can set up in the risk settings on Project X, which allow you to just streamline everything. So you don't really have to think about much of like, are you hitting your consistency goal? Are you making too much money or not? Because a lot of these brokers and prop firms specifically that do straight to funded, they do have consistency rules. So there's a good rule of thumb of like you don't want to make too much money where it's uncomfortable to it's going to be hard to make that again, because that's why they have the consistency rule. So things like a personal daily profit target are awesome things you can set up where like if you do hit that max amount of money, you don't have to worry about it, because it's a number that's achievable and doable for you. Personal daily loss limit, my favorite thing, and literally what we're about to get into. But basically, the whole idea behind this is a personal daily loss number that you're comfortable with losing. That's going to let you fight to live another day, right? Fight to trade another day. Like that is our goal as traders. Like we want to be able to continue to stay in the game. And I have coached probably close to 100 people now, and a lot of people in the prop firm space. And the number one thing I see a lot of people screw up on and get hurt with is just the fact that they can't accept a loss and they go on tilt. And so they end up going way too deep in the hole, taking way too big of losses, and they can't just accept that like one day is one day. Like tomorrow's a brand new day. And sometimes you just have to swallow that pill and accept it that like you just screwed up today. It is what it is. Time to move on, right? So let's show you how to set these personal daily loss limits and these personal daily profit targets, because when you set those on the back end, there's really cool things you can do with Project X that allow you to actually set ways to block yourself out and lock yourself out. So you are just like done trading for the day. And even if you want to break this, you go on tilt, you're all frustrated, you can't, because the system literally won't let you. So let's dive into it. Enough talking about it. We'll show you on the practice account, like I said. So over here on the left-hand side, you have settings. Go into settings. And right now, you have a few things. Personal daily loss limit. So that's a PDLL. So for example, I have mine set at 1150 on my 150K accounts. Just for these examples here, let's say it's $1,000, right? So $1,000 is the most you potentially want to lose in a single day, and you don't really want to go past that. And rule of thumb, like with the max loss limits, it's this number is going to be different for everybody. It depends what really like you're comfortable with, but ideally, you shouldn't be able to take 3 losing days in a row and lose the account, right? Like that's kind of how I like to look at it personally. So like in this case, $100,000 account, $96,000, drawdown limit. I probably wouldn't even do 1,000. Like I'd probably do like 800, something like that. And basically that just lets me know, like if I lose $800, I'm done for the day. Tomorrow's a new day. But like I have, what is that? Like 5 chances basically in order to, I'd have to lose 5 days in a row in order to blow the account, which is very unlikely, right? If you have any sort of skill at all, like you're probably not going to lose 5 days in a row. So personal daily loss limit. This is where you can set that. And this is the key. This is the secret right here. It's not going on tilts. You have PDLL action. So you click this and you have 3 options. You have do nothing, you have liquidate, and you have liquidate and block. Liquidate, do nothing. So start from the beginning. Do nothing obviously is what it sounds like. It's just there. So like you kind of see it up top. So it's like if you press save, it's going to be up there, like in chill up there. And it just doesn't do anything, right? If I liquidate, I save, it's there, right? Now we see it. Okay, so if this reaches 800, it's going to liquidate me and just cut you out all your positions. You're done. But this is what you all need. Liquidate, like that's great, but that doesn't really like solve the issue of hitting that limit, because you can go in here and just like change this and turn it off later if you want, right? So what you want is liquidate and block. And what this does is basically Project X has a lockout feature. And the lockout feature means like it shuts you out from trading for the rest of the day. You are done. You have no more options to trade, even if you want to. If you're throwing a fit, oh, but I really want to do this or want to do that. It doesn't matter. You hit your loss limit that you agreed upon is too much and stops you for the day. Therefore, it stops you for the day. You're done. You're done, bro. Like, no more questions. Okay. And in the moment, this can be frustrating, but when you're in your logical state of mind and not in fight or flight and in this crazy emotional rut, you are going to be so grateful that you respected this and you had it, because it's literally like a safety rail. It's like a safeguard. It is something to protect you. So liquidate and block. So if you were to hit 800 on here, basically this would completely block you out and lock you out for the day. You're done. So I highly recommend everyone sets liquidate and block, because that is the key to it. Next up, real quick, personal daily profit target. While we're here, I do want to talk about this. So for me, I have it set to 2,000. Same thing, liquidate and block, whatever you want. Ideally, I don't really go past this or ever change this, because it's just kind of silly in my head. This is like an easy rule to abide by. It's based on the consistency rule, right? And I know some of you are like, well, why would I even have a personal, like, why would I limit how much money I can make? Well, if you're trading a prop account that has a consistency rule built in it, for example, these top 1 accounts, top 1 straight to funded, it's a 20% consistency rule. So I know personally, I could put up a $2,000 day fairly often. Like, it's nothing like crazy out of the realm for me, but it's definitely on the higher end, definitely a bit more difficult to do, but it's nothing like out of the lines, right? If I was to set this to like 10,000 or something, a $10,000 day is very, very tough for me personally to do. I think I've only done it like once or twice. And so the odds of that happening are very, very low. So it's like, I want to do a number that it's like relatively I can hit. And again, it's within 20% consistency rule, right? So for my whole idea on this is like within, how many ever trading days, let's call it 10 trading days. Like if I can make $10,000 and I'm $2,000 is the biggest day I can have, like that meets my 20% consistency rule threshold. So I personally like to set these on these accounts because it's a kind of a no-brainer. You don't really have to think about how much money you're making. It's just like you have a cap that how much you can potentially make. And if you go over that, like, you're just going to make it harder on yourself. So this is a great one to set, liquidate, and block. Same thing. You can do that as well. And it's cool. So you have them both up here. So those are the risk settings. So kind of back to like, the whole point of this video as well. Like, okay, how does this prevent me from going on tilt? Well, if you're prone to going on tilt, the whole point of liquidate and block means, again, you get to that number and you're done. You have no ifs, ands, or buts. You were done for the day. That's it. Okay. So in order to ensure that, this is what you need to do. This is the key right here. This is the secret sauce. Right here at the bottom, it says lock out risk settings for the day. And the cool thing is you can set this before you're even like at the charts. So literally once futures open for me, it's 3:00 because I'm on West Coast time. For East Coast, it's 6:00, right? Once they open, you can literally set this and click this, lock out risk settings for the day. I click it and it's literally asked, do you want to lock out for the day? You sure? Like, all this stuff's going to be locked. And I'm like, yes, I do, because I want my account to liquidate and block me if I hit my max daily loss. I do not want to break it because I know based on my track record, that's what leads to going on tilt. That's what leads to blowing accounts. And you probably deal with the same exact thing. So you click yes, lock out for the day. And now look at this. I cannot touch this, guys. Remember how I was just messing with all this? It's done like that. Even if I wanted to go back and change this with the tutorial of this, I can't. It's done. Risk settings are now locked out. Therefore, I can only lose $800 max. There is no more I can potentially lose in a day. I am locked out. So now that we go to trading, I can execute and not have any fear or anything going on.
Order filled.
Take a sell. Like it doesn't matter how much I make or lose or whatever here. Like it's like 800 is the most I'm going to potentially lose, and then $2,000 is the most I can gain. But that stuff is locked into set in stone. So I'm not really going to go on tilt now, right? Because I'm like, okay, like I can't make more than 2,000. I can't lose more than 800. I'm chilling. Like I have my risk parameters set. I have my guardrail set. I am chilling for the day. So that is the best part of the Project X platform, in my opinion. It is something I recommend all my clients to use because it is very, very valuable in that sense. Like I said, it just prevents you from going on tilt. It's a no-brainer. So last thing here I'm going to leave you guys with is, let's say you're done for the day. So I'm going to get on my position and just like,
Order
okay,
filled.
took my loss, whatever. Let's just say, okay, like I'm done for the day. I don't want to be trading anymore. Like, maybe it was a tough day, or maybe I'm really satisfied with the day, right? I like to use this personally where if I make a certain amount of money, I'm like, you know what? That was a really good trade. I don't want to give this back or screw it up. I want to be done. This is the best part right here. This little button right here, manual lockout. You click this, and it literally says confirm trading lockout for the day. So now what you can do is you can literally lock yourself out for the entire day. And you can do custom if you want. You do 15 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour, or you can do all day. It's really up to you. I always say, like, if you're going to click this button, you might as well just do all day. Most people, when they get frustrated and they click this and lock themselves out for a little bit, they don't even have the mental capacity to realize that they're doing that. So I personally say hit all day and you're done. Yes, lock me out. Now check this out. Look at this. I'm locked out. I'm done. I can't even take more trades if I wanted. And I think that is a beautiful thing, because whenever you can step into your logical side of your brain, not your emotional side, especially when you've already been had a frustrated day or you haven't been trading well or something like that, these are literally guardrails and safety rails to protect you guys. So I think this is one of the most amazing features as well on this platform, and just something that's awesome. So that's pretty much it for the video. That's what I wanted to go over. Really, there's no more reason to be going on tilt anymore, especially when we have these parameters, these risk settings like we do now with Project X, with a great prop firm like Topone Futures. There is no reason to be going on tilt anymore, guys. Lock your risk settings, take your trades, move on with the day. Tomorrow is a new day, right? So hopefully it really helps. I really hope that helps a lot of you refrain from going on tilt. If you're interested in trading, like I said, with a broker like this, specifically Project X, and especially if you want to go straight to funded, skip the combine, skip the challenges, check out Topone Futures. I'll put a link down below in the description. Use code STRONG. It'll get you right now 50% off, which is a crazy deal. I think all of April is 50% off any account of your choice. And we'll always have discounts, right? Like that's kind of the whole goal as well, is like we're always gonna have discounts with Top One, but the discounts will vary from time to time, but always code STRONG will save you. So Hopefully this video was helpful. Hopefully it explained a lot to you, and hopefully you don't go on tilt anymore. So happy trading. Coach Strong out.